Morning/afternoon, everyone. We're gonna be doing a live session, mobility with Margaux. Today, we're gonna focus on some lower body stretches. We're gonna go through a series of routines that you can follow along with and do as part of your warm up or cool down. So let's get started. The first one we're gonna do is going to be a dragon. So I'm gonna take my left leg, bring it nice and high. We're gonna do a 1 minute here. So if you have a watch or timer, go ahead and start that. I'm creating a 90-degree angle with the front leg, 90-degree angle with the back leg, and I want to think of tucking my pelvis under while I sit here. I can push my hips forward slightly. I can even bring my arm up and over my body. That's going to increase the stretch on the right-hand side of my body. So while I'm here, I'm focusing in the stretch, relaxing the upper body. Today's segment is going to focus on the lower body component, so hips, hamstrings, calves specifically. So this dragon position at 90-90, if you need an ab mat or cushion for your knee, you can always place it underneath your knee back there and then push those hips forward. Entry may come over and join us at one point or another. So we have about another 25 seconds here. If you want, again, push into that front leg slightly. Try to focus on keeping the pelvis tucked under. Breathe. Inhale in and exhale out. About another 10 more seconds. Here she comes. Hi, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come down. Good. Down. Awesome, and our minute's up, and let's switch. So I'm gonna just rotate so you guys can see different directions. So same thing, as I get into this dragon position, I wanna think 90 in the front, 90 in the back. My hips can be forward of my knee or can be stacked directly on top like so, but I wanna focus on tucking my pelvis under as I push my hips forward slightly. So I have this running clock. I like to use a watch to keep myself accountable. You can also use your phone or some sort of stopwatch to keep the time going. Again, this series is going to be about 8 to 9 minutes at absolute most. If you guys are following along from home, then take a break, enjoy the stretches. If you're doing this and saving it for later for a warm-up or cool down, go ahead and do that. This will allow you to get ready for your training, but also help you recover post-workout. Again, if you want an extra stretch, push hips forward, slightly bring the arm up and over. You can actually grab your left wrist with your right hand, bring it up and over, pull and extend. And when I do that, I want to think of pushing my rib cage to the left as I pull my right arm to my arm to the right. Good, and we're gonna come back out. We're gonna switch. Next minute is gonna be a low dragon. So hopefully you guys can see this from here. I want to think of keeping my foot entirely on the ground, back legs kind of cocked off to the side. I can even bring it down or extend it long behind me, but I'm pushing my knee past my toe. I can actually use my arm and body's leverage. The intention of this stretch is to work the Achilles, calf, soleus, gastroc, which is all part of the calf muscle. Gastroc's higher up, soleus is part of the lower calf, and then obviously the Achilles right at the base of the foot. But I'm using my body's leverage to stretch into this position. If you feel like your foot is off the floor like so, you can always scale back and lean back to get less of that stretch. But while I'm here, I'm pushing into that leg. If it's too much for the back leg, bend it and bring the ankle kind of behind your knee. I love this stretch for pre and post running workouts. If I'm doing a lot of plyometrics, box jumps, wall balls, or I'm doing some sort of explosive movement, this is a great stretch. As we wrap up that 1 minute, we'll switch low dragon on the opposite side. Now I've started with my left side and I'm going to my right side. You could always flip flop. You can start with your right, then go to your left. I highly encourage you when you're doing stretches to focus or start on the side that's maybe a little bit tighter, and that could change. Your upper body might be left side tight, lower body might be right side tight. So don't be afraid to be dynamic and change it from left to right or right to left. We have another 35 seconds here. I notice for myself, my right calf is a little bit tighter than my left. So notice that my heel is slightly off the floor. Granted, I have black socks on and I have a black floor, but I have a little bit more distance between my foot or my heel and the floor, so I have to be a little more gentle to stretch. I like to use my elbow, my forearm, and even my body to lean into it. If you want a traditional stretch for the back leg, untuck the toes and sink into it. That'll target the hip as well. When you come out of the stretch, be nice and gentle, slowly bring the back leg up, and then we'll come out. Now we're gonna pivot to the floor. I've gotten 4 minutes of stretching so far. We're gonna start with a single leg forward fold. So you guys can kind of see I'll go at an angle. My left leg is nice and long. My right leg's soled my foot by my inner thigh. I'm gonna sit nice and tall. I'm gonna fold myself forward, reaching for my toes, ankle, foot, calf, whatever you can grab. If this is challenging, you can't get to your foot, that's okay. Grab your knee, thigh, anything is leverage to pull yourself down. While you're here, try to close those eyes for a split second. Allow yourself to focus on breathing into the nose and exhaling out through the nose as well. Wherever you're at, you can use your body as leverage. If you're very flexible, then try to get your torso to touch your thigh. If you're tight, you can get close to the foot, but you're not there yet. Go ahead and bend the knee slightly, collapse the torso down, then start to straighten the leg like so. We have about 10 more seconds here. This is gonna target the back of the calf, hamstring, and a little bit of the lower mid back. After 1 minute here, we'll slowly come on up. And then we're going to switch to the right side. So same thing, I'll show you guys kind of a different angle. I'm sitting nice and tall, reaching up, then hinging forward, reaching for my foot, trying to collapse my upper body down to the floor. When I do the stretch, I usually start with a bent knee, like I said, bring my chest to touch my thigh like so, and then I slowly start to straighten that leg, getting my body to work on the back of that leg. Good. Reach for the toes, foot, calf, whatever it might be. Again, if you can't grab that, grab your thigh and pull yourself down as leverage to pull your body closer to that thigh. One thing you notice, your head, relax the head. Head is heavy, so let that be that an advantage that you can use to pull yourself down to the floor or to the foot. We're almost there, we have about 10 more seconds. Remember to breathe into the nose, out to the mouth, into the nose, or out to the nose, depending on what you prefer. Good, and then we're gonna slowly come on up. Now we're gonna do a half saddle on the left-hand side. Be very gentle if this is the first time doing this. Left leg's nice and long, right leg's gonna come behind you to the side. I'm gonna have my knee coming forward. So from the front angle, notice that I'm trying to keep my knee in line with my hip. My hips are slightly off as I'm very tight today. So I'm gonna be we're holding this for about a minute. A couple different options. I can stay elevated on my palms, right, so, like so. I can go to my elbows, coming down to the floor. If you're very flexible and you want more of a stretch, come down to the floor. Shoulders back, touch the floor as I relax onto the floor. Make sure you don't hit anything that's near you. I'm clear for now. This is gonna require a lot of flexibility and a lot of range of motion for the quad and hips. If you're not there yet, this is a good go-to, or even the elbows. We're about 10 more seconds in. If the knee comes up slightly, that's fine. Try to really focus on driving the knee down towards the floor. If you need to modify, come further up or bring that ankle out slightly. And let's switch. Last minute for this flow. Half saddle on the left side. So again, leg is nice and long, palms are behind me or elbows or to the floor. If you're new to adding routine stretches into your lifestyle, then just be very gentle with this one. If you can't get the leg behind you, meaning you can't get your foot, ankle behind your knee, then you're actually going to bring the knee out to a diamond shaped. So this is a different position than half saddle, but this is gonna require more hip flexibility, more adductor. That is an option, or you can even go at a 45-degree angle if bringing that foot behind you is not doable. If you're not able to do that, let me know. We can provide some other options. The other ways, even bring that foot out to a 90-degree angle. This will change the stretch immensely, but it'll provide a different option for you. If you feel you're cramping like I just did, come out for a quick second. But as you come back up out of the stretch, especially when you come out of the back, slowly walk yourself forward and then slowly bring that leg out, which time is up now. So that's an 8-minute flow. Like I said, we focused on the lower body there. We did a lot of the hips, some quad, some hamstring, and a little bit of the calf as well. So if you guys love this video, make sure you subscribe, hit the notifications bell. I will be doing a lot more this week. Not only for mobility, I'll be adding some dynamic movements and dynamic warm-ups that you can include into your routine and into your lifestyle. Fitness is a passion for myself, and fitness is a lifestyle for myself, so I want to make sure I impart that and share what I have with you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.